As owner of Mint Mobile, I always want to find ways to save.
Yeah, man, that was 3rd and 7. It was a crucial part of the game. Our defense had trouble stopping their offense, and we were up 2 points. And everybody in the stadium knew I was getting the ball. So my coach said, you know, hey, D, do what you do. And I said, just give me the ball, coach. And the rest is history.
Yep. I wanted to show y'all a few highlights of this guy right here, man. You know, back in the day, you know, the hurdle wasn't nothing, you know, like it is now. Everybody talks about the hurdle, but this is one of the guys that actually came in with the hurdle. So I wanted to bring that on. So I want to welcome to our show, Derrick Lassick. Just let me give y'all a little credentials about this guy right here. Played with the played with the Dallas Cowboys. Actually got a Super Bowl ring, played with Emmitt Smith and the boys, played some games with Dallas, okay? He came in with a 1993 Sugar Bowl MVP. This boy had over 100 yards in the first half of the game, and we're getting ready to show you a little bit of highlights of that game, where they actually came in and beat Miami, a favorite of the game. Excuse me, y'all, my phone ringing. Sorry about that. But anyway, so look, let's roll the next clip. And Derrick, I'm gonna let you talk about a little bit about that game.
All right.
Which reminds me too, we had the great Keith Jackson, who was an awesome commentator, man. And I actually watched this game. And I was watching, I'm like, man, this boy is bad. So let's roll a couple of clips of the game.
Whoa,
let's
Nelly.
get on it. Whoa, Nelly. Let's do a full screen on that one, Dwayne, so everybody can see the full clip.
This is the build-up. CBS or whatever channel was on is hyping it up.
Yeah, I think.
Here's the start of it here.
Keith Jackson was always on ABC.
Yeah.
I remember that distinctively. So,
well, I think he did some ABC games also, because I can.
Yeah, that's what I said. ABC.
Okay.
Right.
Or I meant CBS rather.
Oh, CBS.
We played on CBS.
Could've. So we're going to let Derrick, roll us through the game right now.
Here's our defense. This is my best friend at Dallas Cowboys. We got drafted the same draft. He was a 2nd-round pick. I was a 4th-round pick. That's Kevin Williams. He had a pretty good game against us. K-Dub, he from the Dallas area. Man, I love him to life. He treated me like family, him and his family. I got the best of him because we were allowed to, I was allowed to talk a little trash, being that I just whooped him up, him and a highly favored Miami Hurricanes, even though we were ranked #1. So he would go to kicker. I think we missed the first part of it because this is the kicker kicking to tie the game up. We had already went down the field and kicked a field goal. So we missed some of our.
So just to let y'all know, besides Derrick Lassick, who again was the MVP of the Sugar Bowl on this game. Also, we had Gino
Torretta. Gino Torretta was he was the Heisman Trophy winner.
He was the Heisman Trophy winner.
That's my roommate, Prince Wembley. He's from Miami, so he had a lot of extra incentives to play well this game. We weren't much on throwing the ball. Gene Stallings was the old school coach. And going into this game, we knew we had to control the ball, keep Miami's offense off the field, or give our defense. Here I am. I think that was a 2nd down, and I saw a little hole and bust up in the crease and got the 1st down. We knew we had to run a lot of counter plays. I believe this is a counter coming up. because they were fast. No, that's not it. They were an over-pursuing team, and we saw that during film study. So our coach put in counters and fake tosses and toss reverses.
Yeah, while we running the clips, that's you right there, number 25. In case y'all want to keep up with him, just to let you know, this boy had over 100 yards in the first half against a pretty vaunted Miami defense. You know, that's part of the reason why he was the MVP of that game. But you know, while we run into the clips a little bit, tell us how it was working with Gene Stallings back in the day.
Coach Stallings was a great coach. He was an old school coach. You know, what Coach Stallings wanted us to do is be men. He said, don't be on time, be early. Now, we had a little late start here. He would have had a fit. You know, he said, go to class, sit in the front of the class and learn something. You know, get a meaningful degree. You're here, you got to be in class, so you might as well sit in the front and so you can learn something. And he treated us like men. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He let us wear earrings where the other coaches wouldn't. You know, we had to dress professionally, which, you know, we didn't mind because he gave us so much. So if he asked that little bit that we wore suits and ties and things of that nature, we did it. We love him. To this day, I love Coach Stallings. We talk periodically. His wife, Ruth Ann, is a beautiful soul. He had a Down syndrome son, John Mark.
Okay.
And he would remember your name meeting you once. Here I go. I hit the corner on him. I sped it up a little bit. Yeah, this is Jay
so we're
scrambling.
going to get back in the game a little bit. Go ahead, Derrick, and talk us through the game.
That's Jay. Yeah, Jay scrambling. I think Jay was a young quarterback, Ken. He was a freshman. People don't realize how young he was during this game. So, you know, we didn't want to put too much on his shoulders. He made a couple of errant throws, trying to force it, being a young quarterback. But our defense bailed us out. And once we got in the rhythm, or once I got in the rhythm, it was lights out there. That defense is ferocious. I think they led the country in every statistical category in defense. And here's the guy we call Deuce, David Palmer. The Deuce is loose. He's like a mongoose. You couldn't touch him in the phone booth.
Yeah,
Look at him.
Y'all,
whoop.
Y'all were the two star mates on that team that year. And like I said, I watched that game. They go Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing against Warren. Did he pop you up a couple of times?
Well, yeah, he got maybe a lick or two on me. You know, playing against Warren, he liked to talk a lot, try to take you out of the game. There you go, boom, I bounce to the outside.
There you go.
I almost hurt my knee
There you go.
And, you know, they couldn't, first half, they couldn't stop me. Our offensive line was doing a tremendous job. We had them off balance with the counters because we really never ran counters. If you can you rewind that back? That's me flipping. That's Rohan Marley. That's Bob Marley's son. I flip him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I flip him.
Okay.
He does a somersault and ends up still making the play on our quarterback. He was a heck of a player, hard-nosed kid.
We're gonna go back and take a look at that play that Derrick was just talking about.
It's amazing because I ran into him a few times when I was out in California, and you know, it was just love because I know him from playing in this game and also from Kevin Williams, me and him being so close as friends.
Right.
That I got a chance to meet him outside of football, and just, you know, a standout guy.
So you actually played there before golly, what was the coach before
Bear Bryant.
Yeah, before Bear Bryant.
No, I played after Bear Bryant. Brad Bryant.
You played, okay, so you
talking
never
about Nick Saban.
Nick, yeah, well,
Nick is
I know you got there after. I mean, way before Nick Saban.
Yeah.
But I was talking about you never actually got a chance to play when
The Bear, no.
when Bear was coaching.
No.
Okay.
This may be the play I'm talking about. Let's see. This is me running.
Watch this
I
cut,
get face
though.
mask. Ooh.
Watch this cut. This guy.
I was running the rock. I was on my. Then I spun the ball right there, and the ref throws a flag. Come on, man. We're in the moment now. This is not anything
Right.
that, you know what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
try to. They face masked me, so they call that, which is a 15-yard penalty. But after the play, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, so they push the ball. Yeah, we lose.
Who got the unsportsmanlike conduct on that?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for spinning the ball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
for
Coach
spinning the
you
ball.
Know, you know, Coach Stalin's version of cussing is "Gosh Almighty." You
right,
know,
right. Why even
I
call
would use
that?
a couple other superlatives, but
Right.
you know,
Right.
I get to the sideline. He said, "Man, that's a horse crap call. You just keep running the ball like that." That's my boy Sherman Williams, Shake 20. He was my backup there at Alabama.
Sherman was nice
yeah, and
too.
then he ended up going to Alabama going to Dallas once I left the Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. Did y'all actually get to play together, or is it once after you left the
Yeah, the
Cowboys?
Carolina Panthers took me in the expansion draft, and then Dallas drafted Sherman.
Yeah, and you know, the injuries, man.
Yeah, I ruptured
really,
my quad tendon in my second year.
Yeah, man.
Second year, going into my second year, we had they had a lot of plays. Gino Toretta running for his life. I'm telling you, if you saw him, you knew he was scared as all outdoors.
Yeah, y'all was popping him.
The defense was
That's why he was scared.
Even before the defense started popping them, because their reputation. You know,
Right.
Our defense would hit their mama if she carried the ball on the field. I'm telling you, we used to have some knockout, drag-out fights at practice because our defense, they just, you know, we'd be like, hey, man, chill out. We teammates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll be trying to kill. They go Sam Shade. He played with the Washington Redskins. You know, most of these guys all played at the next level.
Right.
Sam Shades, George T. played for Green Bay.
Oh,
Antonio
George
Langham
T. Yeah,
played for
George T. was all pro too, wasn't he?
I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken.
Antonio Langham played for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, y'all had a few big names.
Copeland
you know,
and Curry
in
played at Tampa
game.
Bay and Cincinnati.
Right.
Derrick Olden played with the Eagles.
Right.
I played with the Cowboys. There go scoot through that hole. Get it.
Man, you used to hit that hole so quick, and not only were you quick, you would run a mug over too.
Oh yeah.
on top of that,
You know-
and you still look to this day that you could get out there and play. You look good,
Well,
bro.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate
You
it. I
look
try
good,
to keep
man.
myself in shape. You know, my
You
hero was
man.
Walter Payton. There goes Sherman. Here goes Sherman going to do the Sherman shake. Shake 20 is what we call him. Steve Busky, the blackest white guy you ever meet in your life. Number 83. If you heard him talk, you would swear he was a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sherman's my boy. We still get together nowadays.
So look, let's try to get my co-host Pete Tommy Lenore on here. Pete, hope you're chiming in. Go ahead and hit that link, man. So I know you got some questions that you want to, you know, ask Derrick about not only his college career. I mean, starting out with his high school career, because that was one of the baddest runs to this day. I'm telling you. Man. And then, you know, maybe you can talk a little college ball with you. And we got to get him out of here, you know. So we're going to try to make this as quick as possible. So, Pete, if we can get you to chime in. This is my co-host. Okay.
Well, Derrick's on. You know, New York. I when I graduated New York, I was New York State Player of the Year.
Oh, wow.
I had scored 33 touchdowns and rushed for over 1,700 yards, and I didn't play the fourth quarter in 7 of my 10 games.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I could have rushed for well over 2,000 yards and had over 40 touchdowns.
Man.
You know, we just had a great high school program, and I was in the best shape of my life my senior year.
You still look that way.
Well, thank you. Yeah. But I used to run hills like Walter Payton. All the fellas be like, man, you tripping, D, hang out. I was like, man, I got stuff I need to achieve. And then, you know, years later, you hear the guys talking about, man, you were so lucky, man. You got to go to Alabama. I said, nah, man, it's not luck. It was called preparation, meeting opportunity. I was ready when the opportunity came, and I got myself in shape, and I outworked people. I knew God gave me a talent, but I was going to have to do more than that to get to the next level and do the things I wanted to do.
Here's something else that's noteworthy, too. You went to high school, I think you told me maybe like 30 minutes outside of the city itself, and you were actually recruited all the way from Alabama, you know, and tell us a couple of other schools that have recruited you.
Well, Penn State recruited me, of course, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Maryland, Tennessee. There was a lot. too many to name. I mean, I got letters from a whole bunch of schools, so I had to select 5, and those were my top 5: the Penn State, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Alabama, and Maryland. Maryland because it wasn't that far from home, and I didn't know how far I wanted to be from home, but I knew I didn't want to be too close to home. But when I went to Alabama, I just fell in love with the guys, the team,
right.
You know, the camaraderie I saw with
Southern
the fellas.
hospitality.
Yeah, I mean, that too.
Right.
You know, but I come from a large family, right? I have 12 siblings, 9 brothers, 6 sisters. I have 15 siblings, though, excuse me, I'm sorry. 9 brothers, 6 sisters. And my family is large. I have a lot of aunts and uncles on both sides. So I'm used to being around a lot of people, and it's a family atmosphere. So when I went to Alabama and I saw that and I felt that, it was a no-brainer.
So let's move on real quick. We were trying to get Pete Tommy Lenore on here to ask you quick questions, but I think we lost him. But I just got a few questions about just, you know, kind of go over briefly. How was it? You know, I know your career was cut short by, you know, injury, you know, and, you know, like a lot of NFL players are going through these days. But without a doubt in my mind, you would have been the man if you could have, you know, if that hadn't happened to you. And if you could just go through a little bit and tell us how it was playing with Emmitt Smith. I know, you know, when you mentioned that you were drafted, you were a 4th-round draft pick. And once you got there, I believe your first year, you actually started. I think Emmitt was a holdout. You know, Emmitt was the man. We all know that. But you came in there your first year, if I'm not mistaken, and started the first few games.
Yeah, when I got drafted by Dallas, I had very low expectations, right? So I said, well, I'm going to obviously be Emmitt's backup, so I want to go in there and learn everything I can learn. So if something happens, my opportunity comes, I'm ready. You know, I'm prepared.
Right.
And I've been doing that all my life, preparing myself. So if the opportunity came, I was ready.
Right.
And so lo and behold, Emmitt holds out. And, you know, I was basically holding out. And then my agent said, well, Emmitt's holding out, and he's trying to get me $50,000.
There's your opportunity.
Yeah, he's trying to get me $50,000 more. I said, man, let's not worry about that. I love football. I want to go out and play, and if they need me and I can help, I want to be out there and help them. And it started off rough, you know. We lost the first 2 games. I had like 79 yards against the Washington Redskins the first game, but our defense didn't play well. It wasn't, as Coach Johnson said at the end of the game, it wasn't Derrick's fault that we lost the game. You know, our defense got to tackle and make plays. The second game, we lost to Buffalo, who was the defending AFC champs. We lost by 3 points. We were at the 3-yard line in the 4th quarter with a minute something left.
Okay.
Troy threw an interception. We kick a field goal. We tie the game up. We go into overtime. We beat Buffalo because they were dead tired. It was the second game of the season in Dallas, Texas.
Well, probably because you ran them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I believe, and I kind of did my homework. I mean, I think you only, you know, before you got hurt, you played 4 games with them, but you had like 300 yards.
No, it wasn't 300. I played in a few games where I, you know, got some cleanup work. My biggest game was Arizona Cardinals. I scored 2 touchdowns. I forget how many yards I had. But, yeah. But I would get in, like, I know I played against Green Bay, got in against a couple of teams, the Minnesota Vikings, you know, because Emmitt was the type that didn't like to come out of the game for one reason or another.
Right.
You know, I don't know because, I don't know. The guys used to always tease him, oh, Emmitt, you better watch it. That rookie's on your heels.
Right.
But we know Emmitt is Emmitt. My running back coach used to tell me, he said, Derrick, work on your craft, get in the weight room. He said, one day you're going to be a hell of a running back in this league. It just ain't going to be with us because we have, you know, Emmitt at the time, and Emmitt was the GOAT.
Right. Yeah, he
So,
was the
you
GOAT. Exactly.
You know, but God had other plans. People, you know, say my career was cut short. I said my career was just what it was supposed to be because God made it that way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So look, Derrick, hey man, I certainly appreciate you coming on here. I mean, you're welcome to come here on this show. And like I told you, you know, I was telling you, I'm about to do my little radio show. And hopefully one day you can join us on that or just come in and we can talk some football.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And I
love talking
appreciate
football
you
and
coming in.
Thank you.
My
Thanks for having
boy.
me. All right.
All right.
How about them Cowboys? Roll Tide.
All right, we're going to take a little short break. We on point with Unc And Neph. Thanks again, Derrick.